Hey guys, I know it's been a hot minute since my last video, and I just wanted to, kind of apologize for that because, things have been really hectic with college. The first September and October were really busy. Summer was busy as well, and I felt like I missed out on a lot of documentation during that time. But you know what they say, right? Second best time to plant a seed is right now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here at my apartment's basketball court, just trying to get some shots in with a non-broken arm. Quick update, I broke this arm, I broke this wrist. I need to have this shit on for at least 2 more weeks. Not really sure on the timeline, but regardless, I wanted to get something out of my chest today. That Drake song, 9, where he talks about last night, I was ready to, something about, I decided last night I was going to die for it. That part? Yeah. Last night was that night for me. I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot, but last night just clicked for some reason. Last night was just November 7th, I think. Yeah. I don't know. The days are all the same to me now. So anyways, it's been over a month since my scooter crashed, and since I got into the scooter crash, it's given me a lot more time off the pedal, off things, just reflecting. Sometimes it's good. I think it was, I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and this setback for me personally, I think the reason that happened was to give me a bit more retrospective. They say hindsight is 20/20, but I got some premonitions of hindsight. I got to reflect on the past few years in high school, how that affected me as a person, and how I'm gonna carry that on. Another thing I've been thinking about a lot lately is my future. I can't be defined for my failures. No one should be able to be defined by their failures. They should be defined by their successes. Do not let one bad thing that has happened to you define the rest of everything that comes afterwards. I've done a lot of thinking about that, and I didn't make the U19 cricket team. I didn't make the high school basketball team, but I am in the prime of my life right now. Over the summer, I was really grateful to work with Natarajan's, academy, and I met some guys there who are trying to play for India. And I don't know if you know about this, but cricket in India is basically it's worse than impossible. You are not getting there. There's a billion people fighting for 11 fucking spots. It's brutal. And I thought about them. I thought about the people who, are older now, really wanted to pursue basketball, but, didn't have the balls to take the risk, didn't have the knowledge to take the risk, didn't have the support to take the risk. And I think about those two types of people, and also the people for basketball that were never able to, make it there. And I thought about that, and I decided to myself, I have to do this, If any of them had any of the opportunities that I did, they would take it in a heartbeat. And that's a lot, and people, especially in America, miss out on that. We have so many opportunities. The worst case scenario that happens to me right now, I can't speak for everybody, for me, would be I have to move back in with my parents for a few years. That would be the absolute worst case scenario right now for me. And that it isn't even that bad. And so I owe it to everybody that was not able to do it to try. I have to. It's not my choice. I have to do it because I'm given the gifts. I am, 5'10", which puts me at a good stature for cricket, pretty short for basketball, but to balance that out, I'm pretty fucking fast. And I work like a dog. I have supportive families. I have the resources. So given those two things, I need to do this. I am at Texas A&M University, a great place to be, surrounded by. There's so many opportunities here. Right now, my biggest goal is not making the D1 team. It's making the club basketball team. We'll see what happens from there. I haven't really begun training for it because there's risks, obviously. I can't run with it. I can't play basketball with it. I can't play cricket with it. But, I'm doing whatever I can. And that's the mentality I've adopted, whatever you can, make up those tenths. I've been getting a lot into sim racing too recently. And the thing is, a good race is not defined. A good race is defined down to the corner, how you take it. This is especially true. Fuck this plane. This is especially true in oval racing. It's a great analogy. If you mess up the entry to corner 1, let's say turn 1, the entirety of that lap is done. If you mess up the exit on turn 4, the entirety of the next lap is done. You have to stack perfect corners up to have a good race. You have to have the perfect corners. I already said it. I don't know why I repeated it. Yeah, you have to stack up the perfect corners to have a good race. And that's what I'm trying to do right here by trying to shoot with my left arm. That picture of Kobe with the left arm, like with his right arm in a cast and then the left arm shooting? Yeah, that's what I feel like right now. But yeah, that's so a mission for myself. I've said to myself that no more parties. No, it wasn't like that. I was a huge partier before, but I have to tap into what I used to be. I'm at a point in life right now where sleep doesn't affect me. I can train however much as I want and it won't impact me later on. So I have to take advantage of that. I probably have 2 or 3 more years of Wolverine-like healing abilities, as Andrew Tate would say. And I have to abuse that. I have to use it as much as possible. I'm really ready to die for this. Every day I have this vision of me standing in a crowd full of people. It's not specific enough to know what sport I'm in, but every day I have this vision where I'm in a sea of people and I'm holding up a trophy and everyone's screaming my name and I'm screaming incoherently. And later on, I just see champagne being poured on my head, me jumping all around the place. I have this vision daily. I've been having this for years at this point. And it's so real that it hurts me that I don't have it yet. But I know that one day I will have it. That's what's been keeping me going. I will achieve my dreams. And I'm ready to give up everything for those dreams because I have to. For those who can't do it, I have to be willing to be, take every risk, take every opportunity, work like a fucking dog, train like a soldier, focus like a monk. I have to do these things to get to where I want to go. If I don't get that vision by the time I die, or at least I'm on the path to vision, life is not worth it. And yeah, that's all I wanted to leave you guys with. And if you have a dream, I encourage you to go pursue it, no matter how unrealistic it may seem. If you think about it, everything is unrealistic. The chances of finding a hot girlfriend, unrealistic. The chances of doing literally anything is unrealistic. So might as well pick the unrealistic that you want and just stick with it, Worst case scenario, you'll be homeless. If you tried to take a risk 200 years ago like that, you could have dysentery and die. Shout out the Oregon Trail. But, we have the right to dream in this current age, for most people at least. Someone like me, from my perspective, it makes no sense for me to not chase. And that's what I've decided. I will not be able to live myself if I do not chase my dreams, and that's what I've decided to do. Shout out Drake. Last night I decided that I was going to die for it. See you guys later.